Hey everyone, and welcome to what the inner selves and inner world are like for the midweek check-in for May 11th through May 17th of 2025. As always with these, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you'd like a personalized read, it's the Mintaka Experience on Facebook. So what I'm getting is that your inner analyst wants you to think wisely, think smart, think responsibly, make wise decisions, and balance your budget wisely. This can be your time, balancing your interests with your hobbies, balancing your life choices with your core values. This could be analyzing your core beliefs and what they even are before you start. Think deeply and don't just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Like, you're going to get impulsive and you're going to lie to yourself. Changing your mind a bunch of times is part of life, but so is changing who you are. Understand the implications of your actions and your words on a soul core level, not just a surface level. Dig deeper than you have ever dug before and know that you can do this. You have an incredible amount of strength you're not using and an incredible amount of power that's just sitting there not being used. Time to fly high, fly free, instead of flying in circles, trying to find the same food over and over again just because it's convenient. Low-bearing fruit isn't always the best fruit for you, even though it's tempting at times. Your inner temptress or your inner siren wants you to know there's a lot of energy and sensuality and a lot of energy and like sex and femininity and sitting still and not acting and being receptive and being kind and not saying anything and not doing anything without enabling anything by doing that, and being able to better understand yourself on a deeper level can help. Divine feminine energy emanates within us all, and to harness our dark mystic power would be wise, especially when we're getting visions we may not want or feelings we might not understand or saying things that we don't know why we're saying. Kind of like Tourette's, but not really. In a sense, like you just blurt out something out of the heat of the moment and you didn't realize what you said until you said it. Out of anger or out of hurt or out of resentment or animosity or hostility towards somebody, due to demonization and marginalization and stereotyping and profiling. Being able to create a disposition about yourself, about how you appear to others when you're in different moods can help. Educating yourself on your triggers, educating yourself on your strengths, and turning your strengths into weaknesses, especially with 339s and 996s, or through 996, so 339 through 996, so including 339 and including 996. 2719 and 3912 are going to be important too, for a few of us, for inner working code numbers and inner light working numbers. Your inner light workers want you to know that just because everybody else around you is negative doesn't mean you have to be, and just because 2/3 of the time you're right doesn't mean you're wrong all the time. Because there's a lot of like mindsets of if I'm wrong once, then why bother? Don't go straight for killing yourself or going straight for the kill when something happens. Work things out, especially like envy and lust and greed and pride and wrath and rage and all that fun. Working through your darkness and your demonic feelings and your revenge and your inner justice seekers. Especially true for like inner avengers. Like think of, like, if you've ever seen Naruto, think of Sasuke. your inner Sasuke, basically. So your inner rebel wants you to know that there's going to be some form of redemption happening, whether you know it or not. If you're not careful and you're not planning it. So just be aware of that. Your inner self is going to explode at a random time that may not be very wise. So learning to control yourself, learning to understand yourself, and taking time to understand your inner rebel might be more beneficial to you than just letting anger build up over time. See why they respond in anger and reactory abuse when met with narcissism or narcissistic tendencies, instead of first trying to seek clarity. That is not an excuse to their behavior, that is an explanation. That is not an excuse to their behavior, that is an explanation. One more time. It is not an excuse of their behavior, it is an explanation. That's what I'm getting for May 11th through May 17th of the inner world and inner selves for 2025, for the 11th through the 17th of May. So as with these, take what resonates, link it does it. Thanks for doing it.